Welcome to the Salt Podcast, where we talk about all things simple. Yep, simple anointed living tips. I'm your host, Jenny Pena. So, this has been a long time coming, guys. I haven't talked about it much. Kind of private about my ideas. I only share it with a few people and engage their interest. But starting this podcast has been an idea from years ago. But let me tell you a bit about how and why I first started Heavenly Treasure blog. I hope that you've checked it out. About Me is on there, so I won't go too much into my own story. I've written my testimony and birth stories, and a lot of our journey is already on the blog. So we started Heavenly Treasure in 2012. I say we because it wasn't my idea. As many of you know who follow me, pretty much everything is my husband's idea, except for this podcast idea has been all mine. So we started that in 2012. It has grown and evolved, but we started it because of my testimony, and he wanted me to stay home and grow and help grow our family and just be at home, homeschooling and things like that. So I needed to do something at home. So we had so many different ideas, and the blog was one of them. And he presented it to me. We had a friend who helped me walk me through starting the website and everything. So I definitely had professional help. And yeah, it just took off, and it's evolved into videos, into Instagram and social media, and having guest posts, and obviously in all the seasons of our 9 years of blogging now, seasons of life, the topics change, they grow, I change, I grow, my branding, everything evolves. So you will see old posts that look and the layout and the photos are much different than today. So now it has grown into the podcast. The idea actually began with my husband and I just talking, just having these conversations. And sometimes I would mention it to other people, to friends, and they would say, you should bring your husband to these meetings, or he should come and give a talk on a topic. And most recently, just sitting on the beach in Thailand and just having these conversations about different topics, about things going on in the world, or just different things we talk about. And like mentioning it on Instagram, and people are like, why doesn't he come on and talk about these things? And he's just a very private person, so I respect that. And we are very private people, and I've mentioned it before that we don't even show our children's faces on social media. You'll see baby pictures maybe, or the backs or sides of their heads, but if there happens to be a face, like I'll put an emoji or something over it. But anyway, the idea flourished out of that, just people asking to hear our conversations somehow. And I thought, well, conversation are mostly like podcast style, so you won't have to show your face. People can just hear us. And I have trouble as a mom of three homeschooling to make videos at a time where the lighting is good and where there's not a lot of noise. So let's see how this podcast idea goes, because my idea is that I can do it when we have quiet time. My children are sleeping or napping, but maybe you'll hear them in the background. Who knows? So, what is the SALT podcast going to be all about? Well, SALT is actually an acronym for Simple Anointed Living Tips. So the word is basically simple. Simple, simple, simple. And I'm going to talk about simple ways of different topics. And I want to have the idea is to have guests who also come in on their expertise and give us simple tips or ideas about what their profession is about or their business, etc., etc. Some of them will be short. Maybe the ones that I do on my own will be short, and then the guest ones, obviously, I want to have them, really expound on these simple ideas that they have. So maybe those will be longer, we shall see. And I'm really excited to offer everybody a membership where I can have exclusive content for you guys who really believe in me, really believe in our growth, who want to be invested with us and want to have exclusive content, freebies that I will offer and guests can offer, whatever services they have or um, anything that they want to give away or have discounts on for you. That's going to be part of the membership. So at this point of my recording this, it's still in the works. So keep an eye out. Subscribe on heavenlytreasure.net on the free subscription. Those newsletters will have updates, and the section on the podcast on the website with the membership information will have more on what's included and the pricing and everything. So that's all, guys. I just wanted to let you know what this is all about, why I decided to start it, and what's to come. Thank you for joining, for listening in, and stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe so that you can be in the know. Thanks for listening in. Be sure to hit subscribe and visit heavenlytreasure.net for more. See you on IG at Heavenly Treasure Living. Until next time, blessings, and remember to be the salt of the earth.